Yes, it's us. You might know us from TikTok. I know.
Hold on, let me get off my pedestal. I can't hear you from all the way up here.
I can't hear you from all the way up here in Van Nuys, which is not its own city.
I'm sorry, I'm in the city of San Pedro right now. I can't hear you.
We, of course, are referencing our newfound fame on TikTok and all of the comments of everybody thinking they knew more about Los Angeles than we did and commenting about it.
Trust
and
me.
no one knows more about Los Angeles than we did.
If you think you wanted to post something and get a bunch of comments, maybe you didn't.
Maybe you shouldn't have made that wish on that monkey paw is what we've learned.
And then the other two fingers, I just kept licking them until he closed his hand and I get wishes.
The other two fingers are pointing to a map of Los Angeles. Anyway, you can check out our TikTok and find out what we're talking about there. But look, we're not here to talk about our unspeakable fame. We're here to have another music box. We're going into our second year of it. Side. Why am I doing your thing now? Side 7.
Oh, no, it's disc 5, side A of the Ali Meekly music box collection.
It's not so much of a box as an arc.
We need 2 of every genre.
Not that kind of arc, an Ark of the Covenant.
Oh, I thought you meant Ark like Noah's Ark.
Do you know anything about Indiana Jones? Raiders of Noah's Ark. So what we're here to talk about this month, we got a new band for you, Raised on TV.
What a great name for a band.
I really enjoy that name. It feels
Because I
like
relate to it.
there's so few band names I can relate to. The Eagles, Def Leppard. But we'll talk more about them and how we can relate to that name. After our first song that we're going to play, we're going to be listening to Mess I Made. So we'll get back to you soon. Enjoy Mess I Made by Raised on TV.
Take me all the way.
That was Mess I Made by Raised on TV.
Tell me more about them, because I'm very curious, because you always hold back the bio information from me, and I'm very curious. After listening to really good songs from these bands, I heard Mess I Made like halfway through. I'm like, oh, this, I feel like the record producer, or like, oh, this is the hit song. Like, of all the songs that you gave me today, this one's the hit.
Do I know how to pick them?
When they personally select the songs, yeah.
Well, first a little bit just about to me, I was telling you that because they're a band, they're a Valley band, which is what drew me to them initially.
Yes,
But
they weren't drawn to you. You were drawn to them. Yeah.
It's the Valley connection.
You're drawn to each other.
They're a Valley band, and maybe that just got in my head. But to me, they have a very early 2000s sound to them, kind of like the Strokes sort of thing, maybe Jimmy Eat World-ish,
right?
Which to me was the music I was listening to when I was in middle school and high school in the Valley. So it was sort of like the soundtrack of the Valley to me. I don't know if these people are my age or not. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm a 94-year-old man.
I've seen so many empires fall, but
And throughout all of it, I was listening to Jimmy Eat World.
it's the kind of like lo-fi rock that I if I'm gonna like rock music, it's usually like lo-fi and kind of moody, which is exactly what they are.
Yeah, that maybe it's just my personal experience, but it sounded very Valley-like to me. And I don't know if that's a Valley sound. What's the Valley sound?
I don't have an answer for that.
Heim?
It's only that. It's only Heim.
It's Heim and the one verse from Free Fallin' that's about the Valley.
Soundtrack to Valley Girl? Is that what the Valley sounds like?
It's oh god, what's their
Sparks?
Sparks, yeah. It's
That's
Sparks.
the ultimate Valley band who not from the
Probably has
Valley.
never set foot in the Valley. So yeah, the way I found out about them was that they were on the Battle of the Bands that they're having at the Warner Center in Woodland Hills, which is also a very Valley thing to have to say. But which is another Valley song that was in E.T., which is filmed in the Valley. The Sound of the Valley is Raised on TV, Heim, the one verse from Free Fallin', and Papa Ooh Mau Mau, because it was in E.T. briefly.
You can make a box set, or you can make a retrospective box set now.
Oh, you mean an Ark? A Noah's Ark set?
I need 2 from every sub-neighborhood in the Valley.
Look, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the band from their mouths. Raised on TV were 2 brothers from the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. I asked them where. They're mostly from Sherman Oaks, Woodland Hills, and North Hollywood. They're Keaton on guitar and vocals and Casey on drums. It's another fun thing that they're a brother band, kind of like Sparks Brothers. Would you like to start a brand with your brothers?
I would, but I would either get ousted immediately or I would go psychotic, needing creative control.
They'd replace you with me. I'm the next best thing to a Gonzalez.
You sure?
I don't know who that's insulting. They say we've been going at it as Raised on TV since 2016, playing hundreds of shows all over the US and Canada on any stage that will let us. So I want to say that they're around my age, maybe a little bit younger.
If this relates to you at all, yeah.
I want me to have influenced them. That kid who was getting bullied by Matt Zombo really made me want to form a band with my brother.
A band that has nothing to do with him.
They said we've released 3 full-length albums and are currently putting the final touches on our 4th right now.
Damn, that's pretty good.
How many albums have you put out with your brothers?
Photo albums? 4. All mall shots?
They said we make the music that we do simply because we love it. We love it at its best and we love it at its worst, which is an outlook I like about music. There's something about recording songs that mean everything to you and then getting out in a van, traveling as far as you can and playing them live for people that is and always will be magical. We love the pursuit, the thrill of a great show, and the reaction of the crowd, trying to get better every time we do it while embracing what it means to get tested on the road. It's finding yourself through losing yourself. LA has influenced us in many ways. It's where we're from, so it's in our DNA, whether we like it or not. And of course, I've influenced them, being a Valley boy who may or may not be slightly older than them. I think there's a sunny SoCal aspect to our music, but there's also a dark side. LA is a crazy place, and it can be hard to pinpoint what the city is all about because it's massive and means so many different things to so many different types of people, which when I read that, I thought about what you always say about the Valley, about not just the Valley, but LA in general, of like the high and the low.
Oh, right, meeting in the middle.
Just like how, like while Sharon Tate was being hacked to pieces, Bridget Bardot was like modeling in Gucci store or something. I think LA definitely creates a motivational push for artists, though. There are so many bands and people trying to make it happen here with their art. It can shape you up, but it can also kick your ass, but that's a good thing.
I love hearing bands when, I don't know, it's not the same thing as comedy, but like the same aspect of what we put into comedy, bands are doing the same thing of like, oh, you just got to test yourself. You got to go up there and find out who you are in front of everybody.
And also forcing yourself to be in rooms that you might be afraid of.
Yeah.
Rather than, the ones we did. It would be interesting to see if we ever tested ourselves, but yeah, I know what you mean.
But talking about like the highs and lows too is also like, their band has a lot of high energy, but there's a feeling, maybe like the bass line of the low guitar there's something like a moody there too. I really like.
Especially the second song has even more so of the feel that I was talking about of like a Strokes. There's a definite melancholiness that maybe I'm just associating with middle school when I was listening to the music that this reminds me of. It's not a sad song, but it makes me sad for some reason.
It makes me sad in the way that all things make me sad because I'm sad.
You can find all of their stuff on their website, raisedontv.com, or you can find them on Spotify or their YouTube page. And hey, You can listen to our other stuff.
We're people too.
Or so we've pleaded to the government. You can listen to our regular monthly show where we talk about LA history. We don't normally talk about bands unless we talk about bands, which we're actively trying not to do because we kept talking about bands. Well, there is one band that has a close connection to us. They're called the Beach Boys, and they liked our video on TikTok, which is a place you can follow us. TikTok, LA Meekly, and also our Instagram, LA_Meekly, Twitter, LA Meekly. You can email us, la.meekly@gmail.com. If you have a band, if you got any suggestions of LA bands. And also, hey, why not leave us a review on Apple Podcasts? We like that. So now to take us out, we're going to listen to one more song from Raised on TV. So what you're about to hear is Caroline. We may or may not have something special coming out for you in a week or so, but if not, we'll see you for our big July episode, and enjoy the rest of June.
Enjoy the next song,
which is Caroline by Raised on TV.